name is Jason Bronning, and I live in Vancouver, California. I'm Jewish.
Do you have a Jewish name?
Yeah, my Jewish name is Gideon, and I didn't have it like my whole life. I got it at my bar mitzvah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your childhood?
So my sister was basically the one who kind of like was the motherly figure because my mom was sick, and my dad was reeling from losing his brother. So my sister's kind of like, I'm still super close with her, but I live in a mixed house. It's kind of like where worlds collide. My dad is German and Catholic, and my mom is Jewish and Ashki. I definitely, growing up, I got a lot of like the influence of both sides, like Hanukkah, and then it'd be like Christmas tree, and I'd be like, oh sweet, both. But then like the more and more I got older, it doesn't mean as much to me. Like it's like Hanukkah is like, it's my thing. But growing up around it, I definitely have an appreciation for that other side too, especially. Your
father was healing and your mother was sick?
Yeah.
What was your father healing from?
He lost his brother to cancer when I was little, so. And I looked like him, so he kind of like didn't like the association, so he really wasn't around that much when I was little.
And now is your relationship better?
Yeah, it's a lot better. So I just came back from his house, so.
And your mother was sick from what?
She still has migraines, but like, she has medicine for it now, so she can deal with it in a daily life. But when we were little, like, it was like she was in her bed, like, so. My sister was basically like my mother for a little bit.
Wow.
That's why we're still close. Yeah. And she was actually like the first one in our family to kind of go like, my grandmother was always kind of like always try to like get people to go places, Passover, whatever. And then my aunts kind of did all that stuff. And they're still like the same, that they're definitely Jewish and they do all the Jewish things. But my sister was the first one to go like jump in the lake. Like they were kind of like wading in a lake of Judaism, and my sister like cannonballed in. So that definitely led me to like, that was also when I kind of like started to be like, oh, like my sister's someone I look up to, jumped into it, so maybe I should start going into it a little bit more, so yeah.
And do you see yourself like your parents getting married, like getting married to someone who's not Jewish, or because of your experiences you think, what do you think?
No, I would only marry a Jewish girl. Like even my dad, he told me like it's very important for you to marry somebody who has the same like religion and values as you. And I was like, look at him, like you didn't do that, but I mean, so he must have learned something from that. Definitely Jewish girls.
Can you meet here any Jewish girls?
No, there's no Jewish girls here. I've met like a couple in the Bay, and I'm on from social media. I know like quite a few, but other than that, like not really.
So you don't have a girlfriend now?
No, I don't have a girlfriend.
Oh.
And if I did, she wouldn't be Jewish because not possible.
So what do you love so much about Shabbos?
I like the togetherness, because a lot of times I'm busy, I'm doing homework, but like on Shabbos, it's kind of like everybody just accepts that like you're gonna be together, and it's kind of like, it's not forced, but it's definitely just like okay, we're gonna be together, let's have a nice dinner, and you like talk and whatever, and there's not really any distractions. I like that. So.
How do you really explain to people that don't know what Judaism, what do you say to them? How do you explain it?
It's a family basically, and the religion is a part of it, and they're inseparable. And we have our own holidays, and we eat kosher, and if they ask what kosher is, I get into it a little bit, like the basics, no pig, no shellfish, and whatever.
Is it hard to be in a role that you're the only one who's Jewish?
Oh my God, it's so hard. I definitely have people who have a problem with me being Jewish. Like in person, it's kind of rare. Like somebody might say something and then they won't say it again because like I'm not very nice after that. But like online, it's really bad. You Jew, can't believe 6 million wasn't enough, all that stuff. Like I have videos, I have a TikTok and I make videos a lot. And some of them go viral, like some of them have like 400,000 views, like stuff like that. And I just I get a lot of comments like, oh, I love your religion, it's really pretty, and I get stuff like that. And then I get the other half, and it's like, you Jews, can't wait to wipe you out, Hitler was right, and like stuff like that. And then like I get comments like, you child killer, like oppressing the Palestinians, what are you up to, like stuff like that. Just like, I'm like, bro, I live in California, I'm not doing anything like that. And also you're just biased because you only get one news source, you don't see any other side of the story. I do not show them that it affects me. It's important to show that you're strong, and it's important to stand up to it too. Like, you can't just, when I see a comment like that, part of me is just like, don't respond, don't say anything, like, let it be. But then the other half is like, I have to say something, like, and then, like, when you say something and then it takes away, like, the fact that they can hide. It's like, oh, he actually saw that. And if they didn't really mean it, then they might feel bad. And if they did, then it feels like, okay, I can't, like, I'm not hiding anymore, you know, like, so.
So where does the wrestling part come into your life?
I live in America. I have a pretty easy life, but wrestling is something that is inputted into my life that is really hard. It's like I learned a lot of lessons from it. Like, you only get in what you put in, and just stuff like that. I mean, even though you have a team behind you, you're the only one there. Like, it's just you.
Do you feel that because it's such a tough sport, so sometimes it also makes you tougher inside?
Oh, 100%. That honestly helps me with what we were just talking about, is that I have more resilience to deal with stuff like that, against
right.
people being just mean.
So you're in 11th grade now?
Yeah, one more year.
And then what's your plan?
Then I'm off to Israel. Basically, what I tell them is, Israel is my home, America is my house. So, like, you can live in a house and be like, wow, this is a really great house. I love here. I have good AC, my fridge works, you know, the water's clean, I love my bed, but you're not at your home. And you always, at the back of your mind, you're still thinking, like, I want to get home, you know. And Israel's my home, so that's why I want to go.
So what makes you feel that Israel's your home?
When you dig in Israel, you find Jewish history. And to know that my ancestors were involved in that all the way back, it makes me feel like a sermon, like, wow, like, they were here and now I'm here. And especially because, like, we were gone for so long, we were kicked out, destroyed, slaughtered, murdered for so long away from our homeland, that coming back.
So what do you plan to do in Israel?
I plan on joining the IDF. I feel like I'm giving to my country, like, especially for, like, accepting me, like they're taking me in, basically. And so, like, I'm giving back. And also, I've always wanted to be in the army. It wasn't always the Israeli army, because when I was little, that wasn't even an option in my head. But, so that's also a reason. But, and then the same, like, when I get there, I'll be 18. Everybody else who's 18 is going in the army. And it'll also get me into, like, Israeli society more, make Israeli friends, and whatever the people are there. So it's also a good reason.
So did you have any times in your life that you, like, regretted being Jewish?
When I was raised, like, I had the both background. I definitely had, like, I really wish I could, like, go do Easter with my friends. Like, I think most American Jews have that stage where they look around, unless they're born in, like, Crown Heights or something like that. They have that, like, look around and be like, nobody's Jewish but me. I wish I was like everybody else. And I think a lot of people have that, but I think most get over it and become proud at some point. It changed once I started learning more and stuff like that. I definitely became more and more proud of the religious part. But the first step was becoming proud of my ancestry, my people.
Do you think now, like, let's say people that are watching you and they're about your age, what would you tell them? How would you help them out?
I know, like, for me and a lot of, like, Jewish teens, it's kind of like, oh, but I don't want to jump in all the way. It's like, they don't want to make the leap. It's like, you don't have to make the leap. You can walk in, you know, look around, you know, walk a little bit deeper, and it's never, like, a pressure to, like, jump all the way. And if anybody does that to you, like, I would feel bad, because that's not the right way. There's definitely an easy way and a fun way, and to really get into Judaism and do it in your own way. You don't have to do it how your rabbi does it. You don't have to do it how this person does it. You don't have to be Hasidic. You don't have to be Reformed. You can do it in your own way, because it's your own relationship with God, and it's your own relationship and connection to your people.
Jason,
yeah.
Do you think this world is going to a good place?
I think that this world is in a dip, but like everything bounces back. So I'm definitely optimistic that, I don't know how long this dip is going to go. We might just keep going like this for a while, but eventually it will bounce back. And people in other older generations of Jews, there's been like a don't talk about it, like anti-Semitism. They kind of like, they bring attention to it when it happens, but it's never like a discussion when it's not happening. Like if there's not an attack on the Chabad, why are we gonna talk about anti-Semitism, you know? But like, I feel like with my generation, because it's online too, so we see it a lot more often, pretty much every day, we definitely have a more of a preemptive strike approach of like, we have to do something about it before something happens, rather than let it happen and then talk about it afterwards. So I feel like that's definitely a good thing that my generation of Jews can do.
Do you believe in Mashiach?
Of course. I believe in Mashiach. I always imagine that he's not gonna be the black suit wearing Jew, that he's gonna be someone like me. When you have that belief that something better is going to come, and that belief that if you do good yourself, it'll come faster, I feel like that's a really good message in that too.